everybody, hope everyone is having a great day today. It is pickups video time. It is Monday, April 7th, after a little pullback in the market and everybody's kind of losing their minds out there. Guys, just realize that it is part of the game. This is what happens, goes up, goes down. Don't get too overexcited with big movements. You definitely have to have the stomach for it when you're purchasing metals. There's a lot of big movements, especially in silver. I feel like there definitely will be a bounce back somewhat. Honestly, I kind of thought that once the market started doing better, that silver was going to come down under Trump. It continued to go up and do the opposite. But I think a lot of people were waiting on this April 7th tariff thing. You just remember there's a lot of people in the markets making money when it goes in big swings one direction or the other. We all know stuff's manipulated. We all know people are out there making money no matter what. Some of these big moves obviously give them opportunity to make some money. Just hold the course, purchase consistently within your budget. Try to find cool stuff with secondary value like I always show you guys, and have fun collecting if that's your thing. And if you're here watching my video, it's probably your thing, or at least you like watching it. So let's get right into my scoops. We're going to start with some newer stuff. I found a couple newer items, but then the rest is mostly vintage. So if you like vintage, stick around. This first one is a 2-ounce round. Most of you guys will recognize this one from the Landmark series. Sold by Provident Metals back in the day and the like. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was there four releases of the Landmark series? I don't remember. It's been quite some time since I've seen one. I don't have any capsules for these, but they were in bags, so they're in pretty nice condition. But that 2-ounce high relief, these old rounds were sweet, and back in the day they were really sweet because they were like 30 some bucks for the 2-ounce rounds. And if you guys were buying them back then, you definitely remember that. And the next one is going to be another 2-ounce round. This one is going to be part of the Egyptian God series, and this one is, as you can see, antiqued. So they definitely had antiqued and regular versions. I believe this was the 5th release of the Egyptian gods, Osiris. And this is my first one that is antiqued. I definitely don't have a full set of these. I kind of wish I would have kept up on them, but I changed my focus to vintage for quite a while, and I definitely not going to regret doing that. So I couldn't keep up with everything. There's definitely so many of these releases that come out. It's hard to keep up. You definitely got to pick and choose. But a very cool one nonetheless. I believe the mintage, when I looked up this one, was right around a few thousand, if I remember, of the antique version. So not as many made. Very collectible. A lot of people like the Egyptian God series. I'm one of them. I just didn't collect the whole thing. So the rest of the ones that I'm going to show you today are vintage. We've got vintage bars and vintage rounds. So let's go ahead and start with some bars. This first one, you might say, oh, Christmas bar, not too exciting, and I get you. I usually don't pick up too much of this stuff. However, when I picked up a bar last week that I had not seen before, from Cradle Till Cross, if you looked, if it was I believe it was a 1987 Christmas bar. It was a Virgil Marshall bar when I looked it up in the kid book, and it was a 6 bar set struck by Silvertown for Virgil Marshall, and this is part of that 6 bar set. So I recognized it from when I looked in the guide, looking up the other one. So it just goes to show you, when those things are good tools. You look and you'll remember stuff as you are searching through and the shops, and then you'll be able to pick up stuff like that. So I don't know if I have other bars in that set. One of these days I'll definitely have to start going through my vintage bars, maybe dig some out, pull some out, go through some with you guys. That's been a plan of mine for a long time. I just need to get around to doing it. So this Statue of Liberty bar here is from the Madison Mint. And since it reads down, it's from 1978. I did look, and there were a couple of variations. One, if it read up, was from Restrike from 1985. If it read down, it was from 1978. So that's cool. That's a 1978 silver bar there. Always fun to get Statue of Liberty type bars, things like that. If I see silver bars in the generic bin, I'm going for it. This next one, not a vintage bar, but it is a 1983 Libertad. And anytime that I can get these, especially if they're nice BU ones like this, anytime I can get these at generic prices. This one is in a capsule already in pretty nice shape. It's definitely not perfect, but it's pretty nice shape. I'm gonna snag them and continue to put these together to make rolls of them. So I have quite a few of the 1980s various years of the Libertads, and even some of the early 90s, just from over the years pulling them out of the generic bins. Back when I was looking at these, you used to be able to go on Golden Eagle Coin, and they still have them on Golden Eagle Coin, but all these old ones from the 80s were all like $19, $20, $21, all the different years, like the first few years. 82 through 86, and of course if you go on there now, they are much more. So they have quite the premiums on the Libertads. Next round, we're going to go through some rounds here, is a cool one. You guys have probably seen this before, the One Silver Monarch. Very cool design. Definitely have some of these already, but I saw two of them in the bin, and what caught my eye, like a lot of these old vintage rounds, you'll definitely see variations. So you see the one there on the left is definitely much more high relief, and the one on the right has more of a proof background and a frosted, more detailed image, and it's the same for either side of this silver round. So there's variations within the vintage stuff. It just adds another thing to watch out for, and another cool thing to just make collecting the vintage stuff fun, in my opinion. Next piece here I will share with you is another round, and this is a nice one there with the sun and rays, eagle. You guys may recognize this one, Southeast Refining Inc., Panama City, Florida. I know I have some of these. I've probably melted tubes of these back when I first started pouring silver. A lot of these were very easy and cheap and plentiful, and nowadays I tend not to obviously melt any of my vintage, but I definitely have over the years. Next one's cool. This one is from the 80s. You'll see a lot of these bamboo and panda, different variations, different sizes even. This one has the wolf on the back, got some beautiful coloring to it. Does not have a stamp as far as a maker on it. I know some of these older ones were made by Crown Mint, AMC, silver trade units, all different types of variations of these old pandas. This one does not have a strike maker mark that I've noticed anyways. I guess I didn't scour the rim or anything, but I know I've looked these up before and figured it out. Might have been AMC. I'm not really sure. If you guys remember who makes this variation with the wolf on the back, let me know down below. I'd appreciate it. I know, I think I even got 2-ounce versions of these, maybe even a 5-ounce version of these. Anytime I see these old panda ones, they're pretty collectible for people. I'll pick them up. And speaking of that, there were a couple half-ouncers. As you can see, it's got like the normal silver trade unit back, but it does not say silver trade unit. Of course, these have been tested. These are real and everything. Don't worry that. I definitely check everything out, and I've seen these over the years before, and I have them in my set. Some of them say CCM, or they'll say international trade down here. There's lots of variations, lots of companies that made these rounds in the 80s. Just cool. Anytime you find older rounds, it's fun, and it's extra fun when you find fractionals. So we went ahead and scooped that, and we saved some of the best here for the last. And I will show you a 1973 Draper Mint Swiss of America round. Pretty darn cool. One of the variations, and of course I found two variations from 1973. As you can see there, both of them, I looked on allengelhard.com, and they have an estimated mintage of less than 10,000. And you know, while I bring up All Engelhard, it is a great tool a lot of us use, but I will also mention, guys, that they are estimates and they are guesses from other collectors like us. You know, there's definitely, they're not definitive is what I'm getting at. They're best guesses, you know, by people that have been around and have collected for a long time, and they, you know, talking with people, what they see over the years, things like that. So not that there's not a lot of politics involved in everything, but, you know, just know that, you know, it's not, it's definitely not a Bible, but it's a good tool to utilize when you collect the vintage stuff. So very cool. Swiss of America, Draper Mint finds. Enjoy adding anything to my Swiss of America collection when I do find them. So I appreciate you guys for checking out the video. Let me know what your favorite one was that I found this week. What are you guys doing? Are you still purchasing consistently? Are you looking to purchase more with the dip in silver? Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you kind of holding to see if it's going to go further? You know, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And again, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.